Okay, I kind of missed a couple steps in my apple butter, so I'm just going to kind of quickly show you each step, or basically how easy it is. Take the apple, you don't have to peel it or anything like that. And all I did was cut them in half and then cut them 3 times. That's it. You can do them smaller if you want a faster cook for a soft apple, but I usually just have like 6 pieces, and that's how I do them. And then when I get them all cut up, I throw them in the pot, and I add my sugar, cinnamon, cloves, whatever you want to add in your apple butter for spices. And we always done this the day before. We put them in the pots. We added all our seasonings, our spices and sugar. We put the lid on and set them on the stove, but we didn't have it on. The heat was not on. And we would let it sit overnight where the sugars would start breaking down and create their own juices. And it helps it to where it doesn't take as much sugar when you make the apple butter. You don't have to add as much. And then once I had them boiled, and I let mine sit all day, and then I turned them on that night. And they probably had 3 inches of water in them. So you can crank them right up and go. And then I got them softened that night, and I run them through a colander. I've got an old-timey one. Hold on just a minute, and I'll get it. Okay, this is a super old one. And I'm going to get me a high-power blender. But I use this one, and you just put your apples in it and you turn it, and it's got holes in the bottom where it runs the apple butter or your applesauce, whatever you're making, out of the bottom. This used to be my grandma's. I mean, she didn't even use it. She'd had a Victoria strainer, but she had saved it, and then I ended up getting it. Then I done it, and then I put my apple butter over in a pan, and I boiled it down to where got thick to the consistency I wanted. And I think I'll be adding that information in after this. So I just kind of wanted to go over the beginning of the steps of the apple butter, and I'm going to try to add in the follow-up video that I done and a couple tips about how easy it is to actually can something like this. Okay, now I've got the apple butter boiled down just a little bit. It's reduced. I mean, it was all the way to the top. And I'm going to put I've put hot water in this bread pan. And you want to put your clean jars in hot water where they're warm, and the lids as well in warm water. And then I'm going to fill this little jar, and it's very important to make sure whatever you're doing like this is boiling. As you can see, my apple butter is boiling. But I'm going to fill it all the way to the top. Just level to the top. You don't want it to where it will touch the lid, but you want it just as close to the top as you can get it. And I'm going to show you why in just a minute, because this is a super easy way to can that a lot of people don't realize. And then you just want to wipe the rim just to make sure that there's no apple butter or whatever you're canning like this on the rim to prevent a barrier for sealing. And then you just pop on the lid and the band, tighten it down. I mean, it's going to be hot, so make sure you use something to hold on to it. And then you just flip it upside down, and it will seal. And you will want it flipped upside down. I usually do it for like 24 hours. I mean, it's so easy. 11-year-old can do it. But this is a very easy way to seal anything. I don't recommend doing this with any kind of meat, though, because meat, you do